We have a consumer alert for you. It sounds like all good news. We'll see if that's true. Your credit score could go up. All three major credit monitoring firms will make a change when it comes to the information they use to figure out your score. July 1, those companies will remove tax lien and civil judgment data from your report. So again, it could go up slightly. There is a catch, though. It only affects cases that are incomplete because they are missing information. Things like a person's name, their address, their social security card number, or their date of birth. Joining me now to discuss why this is taking place, Mary Svoboda. She is the CEO of Jack's Federal Credit Union. Thank you for coming in to kind of break this down for us. First of all, why is this even coming up now? And what would cause that information to be missing from those things?
Good questions. Well, what's happening now is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is taking complaints for consumers. They've been doing so for several years.
Right.
And what they find is there's a lot of inaccuracies on people's credit reports. And so they're trying to address these things in the auspice of consumer protection. And so they found that one of the most common errors on credit reports is regarding tax liens and judgments, as you just said. The reason is that that information is actually furnished by other parties. In other words, the IRS doesn't furnish necessarily the tax lien information directly to the credit reporting agencies. And so because this is from these secondary furnishers,
right,
sometimes the information may not be completely accurate. If you have a common name, if you're a junior or a senior,
okay,
you know, you might have the wrong,
right,
you might have the wrong information.
So if it doesn't have those things that we just listed, there is a strong chance that it may be inaccurate.
It'll be redacted,
okay,
right.
Now let's talk about this, because we're talking maybe about 20 points that it would go up. How would that affect you if you were applying for, say, a car loan or something?
You know, this is a great question. First of all, I just did a simple example before I came today to give the viewers a thought of how this could affect them really over their lifetime.
Right.
Let's think one auto purchase. You buy a car for $25,000 and your credit score is 20 points better than mine.
Right.
You will benefit by about $1,400 on that purchase.
Oh, wow. Over the course of the life of that loan? Okay.
The average consumer buys 10 cars over their lifetime. So that's $14,000 just on car.
Wow, that does make a big difference.
Right, and if you're thinking about your other credit, you have credit cards that you have over a lifetime, you have personal loans, mortgages. So the impact in the amount that you pay in finance charge could really
be significant, yeah. One thing you said you did want to point out is what this really shows us is that we need to be checking our credit reports often. And if there is something that you want to dispute, actually do it, and don't just say, oh, wow, that's wrong. What am I supposed to do next?
Right, right. Don't just stick your head in the sand and ignore it. Credit is very, very important. Your credit score is very important. It impacts the rates that you pay, as we've been discussing on loans. It also impacts your employment, insurance. You might not be able to rent a property that you want to because you don't have a good credit score. So consumers really do need to focus on what's on that credit report.
Now, and how do you fix it? If you see something on there that you know is wrong, how do you go about reconciling that?
What your viewers want to do is go to annualcreditreport.com.
Okay.
This is a website that's been created by the three agencies that you mentioned at the beginning of the segment in conjunction with the government to allow people to go on and get a copy of their credit report. They can get one from TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax each year.
Okay.
They should spread that out and do it throughout the year. Okay, and that way they can be really constantly monitoring what's on their credit report. Through that same website, they'll be able to get information about how to dispute.
Okay.
You can go directly to your creditor now and dispute directly. That was something that was just added a few years ago.
Okay.
But you can also follow the dispute process that's online.
Mary, thank you. That's very good information. You just have to, like you said, be persistent and know that it matters, that score.